Hello, guys. It's my conference, the Griffith Conference League first qualifying round predictions for the 2022-2023 season. And we'll be going through the first qualifying round and second qualifying round in this video. So I'll have to go pretty quickly because that is 75 matches, basically. So, yeah. I'm going to go with Alashkert versus Hammarby. Alashkert, who were in the Conference League last year group stage, so that's great to see that they're in the Conference League, in the qualifiers once more. No team actually last year that were in the Conference League first qualifying round made it through to the Conference League group stage. So let's see if this time around there is a team. There's 3 teams in this round right here that have made the Conference League last year. But out of 60 teams, surely there has to be one team that makes the group stage. I hope so. Lecce Gdansk. Okay, well, there's an Armenian team and a Maltese team, by the way. Lecce Gdansk, Polish team versus Akademia Pendev, North Macedonian team. I'm going with Lecce Gdansk. They're just better. Inter Turku, Finnish team versus Drita, Kosovan team. I'm going with Drita. Dinamo Tbilisi, Georgian team versus Paid Lina Miskond, Estonian team. I'm going with Dinamo Tbilisi. Pane Vasis versus Mirsami Marseille, the Lithuanian team versus the, I believe, Andorran team. Is it Moldovan? Yeah, Moldovan team. I'm going with Mirsami Marseille. Laci versus Iskra, the Albanian team versus Montenegro team. I'm going with Laci. Gielani versus Liepaja. Gielani is a Kosovan team. Liepaja, Latvian team. I'm going with Liepaja. Stinford George versus Mura. So that's a Moldovan team versus Slovenian team. Mura, like Alashkert, made the Conference League last year group stage, so I will go for them. They beat Tottenham, of course. KUPS versus Dilagori, Finnish team versus Georgian team. I'm going with KUPS, who were in the Conference League playoff round and lost to Union Berlin last year. Ružomberok versus Kaunas Žalgiris, Slovakian team versus Lithuanian team. I'm going with Ružomberok, who are very decent. Budućnost, Podgorica versus Yapi, Montenegrin team versus Kosovan team. I'm going with Budućnost, Podgorica. Jazeera United versus Athletic Club Descaldes, Maltese team versus a Andorran team. I'm going with Athletic Club Descaldes, who were in the semi-final of the Champions League preliminary round. Borac Banja Luka versus B36 Torshavn, Bosnian team versus a Faroe Island team. I'm going with Borac Banja Luka. Olimpia Ljubljana versus Differdange. I'm going, so it's a Slovenian team versus a Luxembourg team. I'm going with Olimpia Ljubljana. St. Joseph's versus Larne, a Gibraltar team versus Northern Ireland team. I'm going with Larne. UE Santa Coloma versus Breiðablik, an Andorran team versus Icelandic team. I'm going with Breiðablik. DAC Dunajska Streda versus Cliftonville, Slovakian team versus Northern Ireland team. I'm going with Dunajska Streda. Vikingur Reykjavik versus Europa. Not Vikingur Reykjavik, I'm dumb. That's another team. So stupid. Just Vikingur. That's an Icelandic team, the other one. So Vikingur is a Faroe Island team and Europa a Gibraltar team. I'm going with Vikingur just because I feel bad for having had a mayor here. Balatan versus Sligo Rovers, a Welsh team versus a Republic of Ireland team. I'm going with Sligo Rovers. Fola Esch versus Trefiori, Luxembourg team versus San Marino team. I'm going with Fola Esch. Dinamo Minsk versus Desic, Belarusian team versus a Montenegrin team. I'm going with Dinamo Minsk. Trepene versus Tuzla City, San Marino team versus a Bosnian team. Trepene had Maicon, the right back that used to play for Roma, the Brazilian. He was 40 last year and he was playing with Trepene. I don't know if he's still there. If you know, let me know in the comment section. So I'm going with Trepene. Staburtalo Tbilisi versus Partizani, a Georgian team versus an Albanian team. I'm going with Partizani. Shkendia versus Ararat Yerevan, North Macedonian team versus a Armenian team. I'm going with Shkendia. Floriana versus Petrokub Hinchesti. So it's a Maltese team versus an Andorran team, I'm going with Petrokupin Chesti. Bokon Jestin versus KR. I'm guessing it's something Reykjavik. Knattspy Renue Felag Reykjavikur. So Polish team versus an Icelandic team. I'm going with Bokon Jestin. HB Torshavn. No, it's not HB Torshavn. It's Havnar Butterflag. And against Newtown, a Faroe Island team versus a Welsh team. I'm going with HB. Havnar Butterflag. Brunus Magpies versus Crusaders, a Gibraltar team versus a Northern Ireland team. I'm going with Crusaders. Flora Tallinn, which is the third team that won Conference Group stage last year to make the first qualifying round this year. SJ versus SJK, so an Estonian team versus a Finnish team. I'm going with Flora Tallinn. They were relatively decent. Derry City versus Riga FC. Derry City, our Republic of Ireland team, and Riga, a Latvian team. I'm going with Riga to prevail in this round. By the way, there is the final of the Champions League preliminary round right now, and Riga went through to the playoff round of the Conference League last year. They lost to Lincoln Redhams after extra time. Really unlucky there. So honestly, yeah, that's why I'm going for them. They beat teams like Hibernians to get there, Skendia, and they lost only 2-1 on aggregate to Malmo, even though they were down to 10 men for more than a half away to them in the first leg, and only lost 1-0 that game. So Riga FC are honestly not that bad. I would like also to see, I'll tell you all about the other teams, whether they're in or out. Wow, UE Santa Coloma have a different badge than I thought. Actually, I want to see in the first qualifying round of last year if there is some of the same teams, to give you a bit of fun facts, etc. FC Santa Coloma, are they there? Yes. Wait, it's UE Santa Coloma, not the same team. Are they not the same team? Let's see if they're the same team or not. No, they're not the same team. It's so complicated. KUPS were in the first qualifying round last year. So see, the fact that they went through to the playoff round from the first qualifying round is pretty damn impressive. They beat Astana in their 5-4 on aggregate. They beat Vorskla Poltava, also 5-4 in aggregate. Fun fact for you. And they beat Noah FC Noah 5-1 in aggregate first qualifying round, and then lost 4-0 to Union Berlin on aggregate in the playoff round. They were so close to being the only team in the first qualifying round of Conference League to make it through. But so that's one team that will want a better than last year. But honestly, they went through, so I think they'll go through yet again. They played FC Noah, who are a team that comes from Armenia. And this time they're playing. Where are they? I've lost. Oh, Dilagori. Let's see who else. Petrokupin Chesti played Silex Kratovo last year. Silex Kratovo are a North Macedonian team, or are Petrokupin Chesti. Floriana Balti's team. In fact, they beat Silex Kratovo 2-1 on aggregate, but lost to Sivasspor 2-0 on aggregate. That's very respectable, because Sivasspor are pretty damn decent. Liepāja played FC Struga Tremen Lim, who are a North Macedonian team. Liepāja, who did they play? Or who are they playing? Gilani, a Kosovan team. They beat them also 5-2 on aggregates before losing to CSKA Sofia 0-0 after 2 legs, but lost on penalties. It's rare that there's not a single goal in 310 minutes of play. 310? Am I stupid? No, 210. Oh, my goodness, it's so hot in New York, and I'm losing it. In the US. Inter Turku were in there also. Okay, who else? Jazeera United, are they there? Jazeera United. Yes, Just here in the north there. Do you like Gori? Well, it seems like that, I won't do the whole list. It's still 1-0 for Viking Reykjavik versus Inter Club del Scaldes in the Champions League preliminary round for final. With 3 minutes to go, it's 87th minute. So let's see if they make it through. So now let's do second qualifying round. Not that, because I really not that. That I'll do at a later date. Winners of match 12 versus Radniki. Winners of match 12 is Atletico de Scaldes for me. I gotta go with Radniki NIS. Aris versus Gomel. So Radniki are a Serbian team, by the way. That's that game which we know. I'm gonna go with Aris. Aris are a decent team that had Konstantinos Mitroglou before, and yeah. So Greek team versus a Belarusian team, by the way. Botev Plovdiv versus Apoel. Bulgarian team versus a Cyprus team. I have to go Apoel. Apoel, we all know them. Come on, Apoel are a good team. They've been in Champions League group stage not too long ago, I believe. At least Europa League. Molfervar versus Gebala. Just played Molvidi. So a Hungarian team versus a Azerbaijan team. I'm going with Molfervar. And yeah, they're a good team. They've been in the Europa League against Chelsea, by the way. We drew 2-2, I remember, on last game. I think we scored 2 free kicks in that game. Or at least a brace from Giroud. Giroud scored a free kick in that game. Or maybe it would have been Barkley and Giroud free kick. I don't remember. But yeah, I remember Giroud free kick. And we drew 2-2 to them. Istanbul Başakşehir versus Maccabi Netanya. A lot of games we actually know already. The Turkish team versus the Israel team. I have to go with Istanbul Başakşehir. They've been in Champions League 2 years ago only. And they're a good team. I have to go for them. If they don't go through, I'll be very shocked. Aris Limassol versus Neftchi Baku. The Cyprus team versus the Azerbaijan team. That's honestly really tough because Neftchi Baku are actually not that bad. But I think Aris Limassol are just about better. And that's why I'm going for them. Velez Mostar versus winners of match 1. Velez Mostar are Bosnian. And I put Alashkert for there. Oof. I got Alashkert versus Velez Mostar. That's going to be a really tight game. I have to go for Alashkert though. Just about. Winners of match 23 versus Steaua Bucharest, a Romanian team, a very good one at that. So I put Partizani. It's got to be Steaua Bucharest, surely. Macedonia, Gheorghe Petrov, North Macedonian team versus CSKA Sofia, Bulgarian team. By the way, CSKA Sofia were in Conference League last year. None of these teams before had actually made Europe last year in group stage, which I'm very disappointed by because these are actually not bad teams. I want to see if I did any error. No, I don't think I did any error. CSKA Sofia were in, and I have to go with them again. Bulgarian team. CSKA Sofia, Hapoel Beersheva, who are Israeli, versus versus winners of match 21, which I put would be Dinamo Minsk. Ooh. I gotta go Hapoel Beersheva though. Zira versus Maccabi Tel Aviv, Azerbaijan team versus Israel team. I have to go Maccabi Tel Aviv. They were in the Conference League group stage last year, and they've been in Champions League group stage not too long ago too. They're actually a very decent team, which nobody ever talks about. And I love their badge too. Look at it, it's beautiful. Vilaznia versus Universitatea Craiova, Albanian team versus a Romanian team, and I think Craiova are actually not too shabby, so I'm gonna go with them. Ararat Armenia versus winners of match 4. Ararat Armenia are of course an Armenian team, as you may have guessed. I put Dinamo Tbilisi. Ooh, that's as close as it gets. I'm gonna go with Dinamo Tbilisi, just about. Kairat Almaty, I really like this team. They had last year Wagner Love. I don't know if you guys know him. He's old, but he's still good. And Jose Cante, I think, is still there. Very good striker. They were in the Conference League last year, group stage, versus Kisverdar. They were actually in the same group as Alashkert, I believe, versus Kisverdar. So a Kazakhstan team versus a Hungarian team. I'm gonna go with Kairat Almaty. But Kisverdar had a very good season. I actually have them in my video of the most impressive team, top 10 most impressive teams in Europe. But Kairat, I really like them. Bate Borisov versus Konyaspor. The Belarusian team versus the Turkish team. I gotta go Konyaspor, even though Bate actually have been in Europe not too far long ago, in quite a lot. But Konyaspor had a super season, almost finished second in the Turkish league last season. They finished third, still very respectable, and I'm gonna go for them to go through. Sepsi Stantu George versus winners match 14, so Romanian team versus. I put Olimpia de Ljubljana. Oof, no, that's gonna be too tough for Sepsi. And I gotta go with Olimpia de Ljubljana. Update on the other game. Just over a minute to go in injury time, and it's still 1-0 Viking Reykjavik. It looks like they will be going through. Yeah. So I've gone for Olimpia de Ljubljana. So Kizilzar versus Osijek, the Kazakhstan team versus the Croatian team. I'm going with Osijek. Osijek were actually very good last season. I've actually never heard of Kizilzar, and that's very rare for me. So Osijek, they have a very good coach, that Nenad Bjelica, I believe, and he used to be at Dinamo Zagreb coach. And winners match 7 versus BSC Young Boys. BSC Young Boys, Swiss team, we all know them. They are a very, very good team, and I don't know, like, they finished third, which is pretty shambolic, but they were in Champions League just this season. Winners, whoever it is, I don't really care. It's got to be them. Liepāja, yeah. Young Boys have got to go through. BSC Young Boys are a very good team in Europe too. Them being here is not great, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Rapid Vienna versus winners match 2, the Austrian team. Rapid Vienna so Young Boys also were in Europe, of course, Champions League. They finished 4th. Yeah, they finished 4th in the Champions League group with Atalanta, Villarreal, and Manchester United. Rapid Vienna, they were in the Europa League, in the group with West Ham, Genk, and what the last team? Oh, Dinamo Zagreb. And they finished 3rd. They went to the Conference League, and they played Vitesse, I believe, and I think they went through. No, they lost in the playoff round of the Conference League knockout stage. They lost because then Vitesse lost to Roma. So yeah, Rapid Vienna still made it knockout stage of European football. The only team so far to have done so, I believe. Wait, no, never mind. Maccabi Tel Aviv actually made it through and lost to PSV, I believe, like 2-1 or 2-0 on aggregate. Also in the playoff rounds. I do all this by memory, so it's tough sometimes. Winners of match 2, Lecce Gdansk. Ooh, that's actually gonna be tough. But I'm going with Rapid Vienna. Surely they gotta go through. Winners match 29 versus Lillestrøm. Lillestrøm are a Norwegian team and are actually very decent. 29, right? Yeah. Flora Tallinn. Ooh. Oh, I gotta go Lillestrøm though. I gotta go. Although they're very good, Flora Tallinn. First one was 2 winners of the first qualifying round. Winners match 16, winners match 11. I put Breidablik and Yapi. Oh no, I put Budućnost Podgorica, and I gotta go Budućnost Podgorica again. I got it. St. Patrick's Athletic, Irish team versus winners match 8. Mura, come on, I gotta go Mura. St. Patrick's Athletic should be beatable. Come on, you beat Tottenham. You gotta go through. Winners match 15 versus Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague, a Czech Republican team, very good. Usually win their league or getting Conference League second final round is not really their level, but they're here, and whoever it is, I don't see them doing much. Larne, Slavia Prague have to go through. Last year, I believe, Conference League group stage, they were in the same group as Union Berlin, Maccabi Haifa, and Feyenoord. I think they finished second in the group, and What was it first? I don't remember, but they went to the knockout stage, and who they got knocked out by? I gotta check. That I got. Oh, it's finished. Vikingur Reykjavik are going through. So let me update you on what that means. That means Vikingur Reykjavik are playing Malmo. Yeah, I think Malmo will go through. By the way, little prediction. And the losers play the losers of Punic versus Cluj, which I think will be Punic, and I think Interclub Discaldus will go through. Wait. What did I say when I saw Interclub? Oh, Atletico Discaldus. My bad. They are not in the semifinal of the preliminary round. That's my bad. Anyways, moving back to this, Slavia Prague have to go through. Oh yeah, I was looking at what team they played. It was, I believe, a high-scoring affair, and they played Feyenoord, who they played in group stage. Yeah, it is. It was a high-scoring affair. It was 6-4 on aggregate, 10 goals in the two legs. That's pretty incredible. Winners, Spartak Trnava, a Slovakian team, very good. Winners match 27. I put HB, I believe, and I think Spartak Trnava should be able to go through pretty easily. I believe that's where Martin Skirtle plays. Suduva Marijampolė versus Viborg, Lithuanian team versus and Danish team. Viborg were actually in the relegation round, but won the playoff round of that, and the playoff against. I forgot who it was against now. AAB or something like that. I think it was, and I think Viborg will go through. Winners match 18 versus 17. I put Vikingur and I put Dunajska straight up. So I'm gonna go with Dunajska straight up because they're actually a decent team. What's next? Match 26 versus Brøndby. Brøndby, a Danish team, very good. They won the league 2 years ago. We're in the Europa League group stage, finished 4th this season, and playing as Pugas Szczecin. I have to go with Brøndby there. Winners match 22 versus AZ. Petrapene versus AZ. AZ, a Dutch team, of course. AZ were in the Europa League. No, the Conference League group stage, won the group, and lost to, I believe, Bodø Glimt. Yeah, Bodø Glimt. After extra time, too. So I'm going to go with AZ there. Motherwell versus winners match 19. I gotta go. So it's Sligo Rovers. Motherwell, a Scottish team. I'm going to go with Motherwell. Molde versus Elfsborg. Norwegian team versus Swedish team. I'm going with Molde. Then we got Molde actually were in Europe not too long ago and beat was it Frankfurt? Hoffenheim they beat, and they were good. Scored a lot of goals. Koper versus Vaduz, a Slovenian team versus a Liechtenstein team that actually play in the Swiss leagues. Yeah, I'm going with Koper. They're another team that were in my top 10 most impressive teams, and yeah, winners match 13 and 20. 13 was Borac Banjaluka versus Foda Esch. I'm going with Foda Esch right there. 10 and 30, Ruzamberok and Riga. I'm going with Riga FC. Basel in match 28. Basel, Swiss team. They're also a team we don't usually see in a Conference League second qualifying round, but they're here, Crusaders, and yeah, I just don't see anything but Basel win. They were in the Conference League last year and got knocked out by, I believe, Marseille in the last 16. Antwerp versus match 3. Antwerp, a Belgian team, also very good. Last year they were in Europa League, finished 4th though, I think, in our Europa League group. Versus Drita, I believe I've said. What did I say? I think I said Drita, and I'm going with Royal Antwerp anyways. They're a very good team. Victor Fisker, Rajan Angola, and Michael Frey. By the way, Basel have players like Marwin Hitz, they actually signed Players like Valentin Stocker, Dan Ndoye, etc. Brøndby have the good young goalkeeper. AZ have players like Wijndal, who's still not signed by any team, but probably will be. To be honest, will be bought from AZ. Slavia Prague have players like Colin Soar, who was great. What's the Lucas Masopust? Best young boys. And Jordan Siabachu. So yeah, winners match 25-6. Petro Kopinchesti versus Lecce. I'm going with Lecce. Racing Union versus Kukariki. Luxembourg team versus a Serbian team. I'm going with Kukariki. They're a decent team. Levski Sofia versus PAOK. Levski Sofia, Bulgarian team. PAOK, Greek team. Levski Sofia signed Ivan Popov this season. PAOK were in the Conference League group stage and went through to the semifinal? Quarterfinal, and lost to Marseille. And so they went very close. They went very far, so they have to go through. I'm going with PAOK to go through. Players like there's CDM, Yasmin Kurtic, their goalkeeper Alexandros Paschalakis, and etc. Chuba Akpom up front. Vitória de Guimarães versus Puskás Académica. Portuguese team versus Hungarian team. I gotta go Vitória de Guimarães. They're decent. Rijeka versus Djurgårdens. Croatian team versus Swedish team. Rijeka, they just sold Muric, but I still think they're gonna go through. Yeah, Muric, by the way, went to Konyaspor. And they also sold Dermic to Dinamo Zagreb. That's annoying for them, but what can you say? I'm going with Rijeka there. Vorskla Porta versus AIK. Ukrainian team versus Swedish team, and I gotta go with AIK. Vorskla Porta won't have a lot of match fitness. Is that the only Ukrainian team in here? It is. Valmiera versus winners match 24. Shkendia. I'm gonna go with Shkendia actually. Valmiera are Latvian. And Rakau Joshua versus Astana. Polish team versus Kazakhstan team, and I'm going to go with Astana because they got more European experience. Winners match 9. I put KUPS versus 5. I put Panevis, and I'm going to go with KUPS to go through. Sparta Prague versus Viking. Sparta Prague just sold Hlosek to Bayer Leverkusen. Still got players like Borek, Dokal, and Viking have so Sparta Prague have a Czech Republic. Our Czech Republic and Viking are Norwegian. I'm going to go with Sparta Prague. They were in the conference and the Europa League group stage. Were behind Lyon and Rangers. Finished in front of Brøndby, and I think so. They went through to the playoff round and then lost Partizan, or did they go through? I think they went through. Did they? I actually don't remember. But anyways, yeah, that'll be it for my first and second qualifying round. This is as long as it gets. By the way, Basel sold their. I found this funny. They sold their goalie. I find this funny for the goalie. So it's a 31-year-old goalie, so not too old. He starts every single game, 36 games in the Swiss League. That's how many games they play. We had a very decent season. Basel bring in Marwan Hitz, and Lindner leaves. He leaves to a worse team, Sion, which makes no sense because he was actually very good for Basel. So why, when he's in his prime, does he go to a worse team? That's what I want to ask. It's very weird. So Lindner to Sion. But anyways, that'll be it for this video. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like button. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new, and comment down below your predictions, and yeah, and I'll see you next time.